Mm. Okay, here we are back in the shed. Finally, I took yesterday off because it was too dang windy and cold. And yesterday afternoon we got some rain in. So, I don't like when it cold quakes. So, we're back on this 66 TC Crosley chassis. We've got her stripped down. We pulled the power transformer out and the shielding for the upper part of the transformer, and typically stripped the tuner off of it and stripped it down naked. Cleaned up the off-on volume switch, cleaned up the tone, and look at that, cleaned up the band switch. And we're gonna, I figured I'd get this out of the way right now because I'm gonna go in here and do a search and destroy on some of this wiring. And before I started doing the caps, there's not a great deal of caps in here that we've got to worry about, but I just wanted to take and move this step in front of the cap replacement and get it moving along so that I can do a finish on the chassis. The E-caps have been replaced and we've had it checked out, and it does power up and function as expected. And then what we're going to do is once this chassis has a chance to air out, dry up a little bit, we're going to do a finish on it. Or perhaps, let's see, today is Friday, Fly Day, the 11th. And maybe tomorrow we'll get jumping on this thing, because tomorrow is supposed to be even better than today. Today turned out to be pretty good. This afternoon, it didn't get to 60 degrees. It won't get to 60 degrees today, but tomorrow is supposed to hit close to 70, and mostly sun. And I don't know if there's any wind in it for tomorrow, but it'll be a dang closer, warmer than it was today. You get into the shady areas with the wind blowing on you through that, especially through that carport, and you'll get a chill. So what I also wanted to get done before I stripped this down was I wanted to get the typical point-to-point layout and connections, components, like I've done for the Zeniths and the Philcos before taking it apart. So anyway, this probably won't get published up until maybe Sunday. So stand by, we're going to have more. Okay, here's the band switch, all ready to go back in. The wires that are on the terminals now are the lengths of wire that's needed or required to make the connection back to the chassis points or other components. All I did was stick that up into there and use a little clippy to hold it in place while I stretched a wire from point A to point B on each of the connection points. And because once you get this fastened back in and you try to get down into there to make all the back, all the points down here on the bottom half of the wafer switch, you ain't gonna do it. So best to just stick this up there temporarily, clip it in place, so you're going to be removing it after each length of wire. And note the connection point A to point B, measure the length out, or stretch you a new wire from point A to point B, and mark it and cut it, and solder it onto the switch. And that way, because all these top ones, if you will, which is actually all the bottom ones, you can get to with a soldering gun and not have to worry about setting the world on fire on anything else in there. So that is the easiest method to going back here. And then on all the old stuff, all you need to do is locate the one that replaces it, clip it at the bottom end, and solder the new connection in, and dress the leads as you go. So that will take care of that. We've already got the tone control in. There is still interconnects to the volume and the tone control into the rest of the components, which will be done after we get all of these wound up. All the caps have been replaced, and as you can see, some of the wiring has been replaced also, especially the power lead that went from the input from the connection point back here all the way across the chassis to the rectifier tube. The rectifier tube needed some rework because while trying to eradicate the old wire off the tabs, the terminal points, it broke at the wafer. So I had to make a tang for it and solder it back in to make the connection. Let me get this range switch or a band switch in and interconnected, and then we'll be back. All right, we got the band switch back in, all interconnected. Added some new wire in there. Got the fuse connected up to the switch. Got the safety cap, the Y cap in. Couple of new resistors. A bunch of new wiring. Got the power cord on it. This is a new polarized. Now all I need to do is get the transformer back in and interconnected to the rectifier tube socket. So that's next. So stand by, and we might. Today is Sunday. I didn't do any. I think I did a little bit yesterday, because I do have a previous segment that I haven't posted yet. That's going to be put together with this one and the one that I'll do tomorrow, because It's already 4:45 on this Sunday. Um, and with doggy barking at me, I don't think I'm going to get back out here to get that transformer back in. I don't know, maybe so. Because we're both itching to get some grub in our bellies. So anyway, stay tuned. There's going to be a next segment to this.